6, so that'll be Becca. Okay, copy the problem down. The absolute value of 3x is equal to 12. Okay, give you the compound sentence.
Okay. 3x equals 12. Or 3x equals negative 12.
Solve for x.
Divide by 3. X equals 4. Or divide by 3 and x equals negative 12.
And then graph it.
You put lines on negative 4 and 4, and then you make solid dots.
Make sure it's in numerical order. And we have our horns. Number 3 is the absolute value of y divided by 4 is greater than or equal to 1. So the graph of that should look like what, Jay?
Egyptian?
Yes. Compound sentence.
Y over 4 is greater than or equal to 1, or y over 4 is less than or equal to negative. So then you multiply everything by 4, and the 4's cancel out. So y is greater than or equal to 4, or you multiply everything by 4, and you get y is less than or equal to negative. And then graph it, close circles on 4 and negative 4, shaded outward.
That's correct. Number 5. You have the absolute value of 2a minus 1 equals 9. So, Grace, the graph's going to look like
The graph is going to be the 2 dots.
2 dots.
So
Compound sentence.
2a minus 1 equals 9, or 2a minus 1 equals negative 9. So first you add 1, and you have 2a equals 10, or,
No, we finish it up. We'll solve it all the way for a.
so then you divide by 2, and a equals 5, or, and then you solve the other side, and you add 1, so you have 2a equals negative 8, and you divide by 2, and a equals negative.
Graph it.
And then you graph it, and you have a dot on negative 4, and a dot on negative positive 5.
Correct. Number 7. The absolute value of 4d minus 11 is less than or equal to 3. And the graph's going to look like what? Between. So immediately make a between statement. The short way of writing the and compound sentence.
So negative 3, 8 is less than or equal to 4d, which is less than or equal to 14. And you divide by 4. And you get 2 is less than or equal to d, which is less than or equal to 7 laps.
No, 3.5. And then graphing it. I'm still not going to make you put in the other integers. We know this is 3.5 or 7 halves. So what kind of circles?
Closed.
And shaded in between. Number 9. The absolute value of 3 plus 4n is less than or equal to 15. Michael?
Okay, so
And what's graph going to look like?
is it going to be the Russian elbows?
Yeah, so it's a between problem, so set it up as a between.
So negative 15 is less than or equal to 3 plus 4n, which is less than or equal to 15.
Solve for n.
You shall subtract 3 from all the sides, and you get negative 18 is less than or equal to, wait, okay, I messed up, is less than or equal to 4n, which is less than or equal to 12. Divide by 4 on all 3 sides, and you get, okay, 4.5, or negative 4.5, or negative n halves, is less than or equal to n, which is less than or equal to 3. And then you graph it with the, and you have dots on negative 9 halves, and, or negative 4.5. And you also have a dot on 3, and they're closed, and then you shade in between them.
Good. Number 11. You have the absolute value of y over 5 minus 2 is greater than or equal to 4. And the graph's going to look
It's gonna be the Egyptian line.
right. So the compound sentence.
Y over 5 minus 2 is greater than or equal to 4, or y over 5 minus 2 is less than or equal to negative 4. And you would add 2 to both sides. Y over 5 is greater than or equal to 6, multiplied by 5 on both sides. Y is greater than or equal to 30. Or, and then for the other one, add 2, and y over 5 is less than or equal to negative 2 multiplied by 5 on both sides. Y is less than or equal to negative 10. And we draw the graph with lines at negative 10 and 30. And we have closed circles. And we shade towards the arrows.
That's correct. Number 13. You have the absolute value of 1 minus the quantity, 3 minus 2x is less than 18. Before you split it up, can you simplify what's inside the absolute value, Lauren?
Oh,
So it'd be 1
1 minus 3 plus 2x.
is less than 18, and then collecting like terms, you get what?
Negative 2 plus 2x.
Is less than 18. Now, what's the graph gonna look like?
The
Okay, so it's an in-between problem. So put the negative 2 plus 2x
in the middle. So
in the middle between what two numbers?
negative 18 and 18.
Okay, solve for x.
Add 2 to both sides. Negative 16 is less than 2x is less than 20. Divide both sides by, or all sides by 2. And with negative 8 x is 10.
And graphing it.
The open circles at negative 8 and 10, and then you shade it 20.
That's correct. Number 15. You have 4 plus 3 times the value of 5n plus 1 equals 13. So the first thing you want to do is get the absolute value by itself before you make your compound sentence.
4 plus 3.
No, you can't add. Because you have, this says 3 times
Oh.
the absolute value. That has to be done before addition, so you just undo right now. So what are you going to do to both sides?
Subtract 4.
Right. So now what do you have?
You have 3 absolute value, 5 minus 1,
Now what?
Subtract. Oh,
No.
divide.
So now you have the absolute value of 5n plus 1 is equal to 3. Now the compound sentence.
Okay, so 5n plus 1 equals 3. Or 5n plus 1 equals negative 3. And you subtract 1 from the sides. So 5n equals 2 divided by 5. And n equals 2/5. 4. Subtract 5n equals negative 4 divided by 5, and n equals negative 4/5.
And graphing,
There's a negative 4/5.
negative 4/5 is just in front of the negative 1 there. And then 2/5 is just in front of 1, so here's 2/5.
There's
What kind of
shaded endpoints.
2 dots? Okay. And the last one, 17. Again, the absolute value needs to be by itself on one side of the inequality. So Becca, what are you gonna do first?
Subtract 5.
Right.
So negative 4 times absolute value of 2 minus 3t is greater than 16.
Next.
You divide by negative 4. So the absolute value of 2 minus 3t is less than negative 4.
Good, you turned it. So what's the graph gonna look like?
It's gonna be-
Actually, we have a slight problem here. Does anyone see why there's no solution?
Because there's a negative number.
We have the absolute value set less than a negative number. And
That's
what's
bad.
true about absolute
They're
value?
always positive.
It's always positive, so no solution.
Not even.
Stop the camera. I'm gonna pass back your, Michael, stop the camera.
Oh, okay.